Hi, welcome back to Wild English by Teacher Lan. Today you are going to learn how to use must and mustn't. I hope you enjoy this lesson.
We use must and mustn't to express obligation or prohibition. Obligation is something that we must do. Prohibition is something we must not do. Examples in statements that show strong obligation, must do, or necessity. I must talk to you about my new plan. Seat belts must be worn by every passenger in the car. There must be a minimum of 4 members of the company at the meeting.
Grammar alert. We use had to not must to express obligation and necessity in the past. For examples, the right sentence is, by the time we got back to our bikes, it was dark and we had to cycle home in the dark without any lights. This is the wrong sentence. By the time we got back to our bikes, it was dark and we must cycle home in the dark without any lights. Another examples. The right sentence is, last year, teachers had to make a report on each child every week. This is the wrong sentence. Last year, teachers must make a report on each child every week. We also use must to express polite invitations, or encouragement. Examples. You must come and see us soon. You must try some of this chocolate cake. It's delicious. You must go and see that film. Examples in affirmative, relating to a statement that shows agreement or says yes. 1. I must finish my homework. 2. You mustn't be late for your tuition class. 3. We must wear our tracksuit for physical education. Grammar alert. Must comes first, in the verb phrase. After the subject, and, before another verb. 1. I must finish my homework. I is the subject, followed by the verb, finish. 2. You mustn't be late for your tuition class. You is the subject, followed by the verb, be. 3. We must wear our tracksuit for physical education. We is the subject, followed by the verb, wear. Grammar alert. Must cannot be used with another modal verb. The correct usage is, this must be your friend. The following examples show wrong usage of must. 1. This must can be your friend. 2. This can must be your friend. Examples in negative form. The negative form of must is, mustn't. We don't use don't or, doesn't or, didn't, with must. The correct sentence is, there mustn't be any food left. The wrong sentence is, there doesn't must be any rubbish left. We can use the full form, must not, in formal contexts, or when we want to emphasize something. You must not leave any food. It means that you're telling people that they cannot leave any food or else they will be penalized. Examples in question form. Grammar alert. The subject and must change position to form questions. We don't use do, or does, or did. The correct way to ask is, must you make that noise? The wrong way to ask is, do you must make that noise? We can use must and mustn't in question tags, though tags with must aren't very common. The bungalow must be worth millions, mustn't it? We use the question form of must in criticisms. Must you keep playing that terrible music? Why must you mispronounce my name every time? Examples in giving short answers. 1. Must I wear my uniform? Yes, you must. 2. Must I throw the rubbish here? No, you mustn't. Extra information on the usage of must. When we think carefully about facts, we often use must to express deductions and conclusions from these. Fact is, she's so small. Deduction or conclusion is, she must be no more than 5 years old. Another example is, two teachers talking about a student. A. Tim falls asleep in class every morning. This statement is a fact. B. He must be out late every night, or maybe he works at night. This statement is a deduction or conclusion. In speaking, we very often express our reaction to what we hear using phrases such as, that must be, or, that must have been. For example, A. She lives in USA now. B. That must be amazing. Another example. A. 10 years ago Jane and I went on a 3-week camping trip. B. That must have been fun. We usually use must to talk about obligations which come from the speaker, and we generally use have got to when we refer to obligations that come from outside the speaker. Compare these two obligations. The first one, I must buy some new clothes. Mine look so old. The obligation is from me to buy new clothes. The second one, I've got to buy some new clothes. I'm starting a new job as a teacher and we have to wear formal clothes. The obligation is from the school to buy new clothes.
I stay home for you, so you must stay safe too. That's all for now. You must stay tuned for more videos from me. Bye!